How do you find your subject matter?
Sometimes you're just suggested, somebody will, if you do it long enough, believe it or not, people do come to you with ideas and they write a check for you. It doesn't happen enough, but it does happen. Or you get commissioned by a channel of some kind, or somebody has interested in a particular subject, or often you just go out and do it yourself. You say, I think I want to do something. The film that we're showing here at Hofstra, Visionaries, was a film I just wanted to do myself. I started it myself, and documentaries are cheap enough that you can do that, and you can find a camera, you can find a computer, and then suddenly you're in business. I mean, you can't do a documentary about Antarctica that way, but you can even get close to do that. If you happen to be in Antarctica, you may as well make a film. That's basically, it's something I want to do, or it's something somebody asked me to do. And often someone will ask me something to do, and yet I'm more interested in an offshoot of that subject, or a larger subject. I did a film on the Beats, which is called The Source, which is Jack Kerouac and Allen Ginsberg and William Burroughs. It actually started where a guy came to me and he'd seen my film on Warhol, and he said, can you make a film about Allen Ginsberg? I said, I'd like to make a film about the whole counterculture and all the changes that led to the hippies and led to the whole change in the world from the 50s till now even. And he said, great, and we did. And so it was just the way I wanted to relate to the material. So sometimes you just want to change the material. You have to grow with it to some extent. Again, it's the same way of not restricting yourself. You just want to be able to go for it and go for something that works for you. And if you can do that, Werner Herzog has a way of saying that he sees it at the beginning and it becomes very clear to him what he wants to do. And that gives him the courage to kill himself to make the movie, because it is a tremendously difficult thing to make a good movie. And yet, if you understand what you're doing, then no one can kind of talk you out of it. Now, of course, you're going to change, you're going to grow in that process, and you're going to work in that process. But if you kind of get it in the beginning, it's a tremendous help. So you don't always get it in the beginning. Sometimes somebody says, can you do a film about X or Y? And you say, okay, because it sort of sounds interesting. But you have to kind of find your way, your personal way into that. And documentaries are good because there's no rules. There are no rules. You just can kind of do it your way. You don't have anybody telling you, well, let's see the script, let's see this, let's see that. You just do it. And if it doesn't work, you shoot something else until you find your way through that material.